Hey guys, good evening and welcome to another video. So in today's video, we'll be talking about the difficulties faced by newly wedded couples. So without wasting time, let's dive right into the video. The first issues or difficulties faced by newly wedded couple is the issue of finances. Before they got married, they are already used to managing their finances without having to involve anybody. Now that they are married, they find it difficult to adjust. But definitely with time, it gets better. When you are single, you can just go to the market and buy anything. You can just say, my phone is old, I want to buy phone. You can just wake up and say you want to buy anything. But when you get married, you have to involve your spouse in most of the decisions, especially decisions that affect the home, because you are no longer alone, so you can't be making that decision alone. Because when you start making that decisions alone, your spouse will feel neglected, because relationship is inclusive. It's two people, not one. So whatever financial decision you want to make, it is best to involve your spouse, which doesn't come easy at all. So it's something you gradually need to adjust to, something you gradually need to learn. When you just get married, you are just like somebody that just entered into the university. It will take some time for you to adjust and learn and know how the system works. That's why they say marriage is an institution where there is no graduation, there is only matriculation. And the matriculation is the marriage ceremony. The second difficulties faced by newly wedded couple is making decisions. When you are single, you just wake up and do whatever you want to do. You can decide to say, today I'm traveling to Canada, today I'm going to New York, or today I'm going to the library, or I'm going to see my family, I'm sleeping over to see my family. But when you get married, you can't do that anymore. You can't just wake up and just make decisions like that without involving your spouse. Because if anything should happen, they will not only ask you what happened, they will also ask your spouse. Because you are not alone. If anything happens to you, it also affects your spouse. So that's why you need to make decisions together in every categories of it, whether financial decisions, decisions affecting the families, decisions about how many kids you want to have, any form of decisions, you need to involve your spouse. Because the day you decided to get married, that is the day you sold yourself to your spouse. The third reason why people face difficulties in marriage is external influences. When you just get married, that is when families and friends will start coming and giving you all sort of advices, positive advice, negative ones. Those ones that doesn't believe in the relationship will be telling you, when you have problem, call me. All sort of advice will be coming. So you need to be able to filter out the good ones from the bad ones. You take the good one and you trash the bad ones, because it is not all advices that is supposed to be digested. So by your initiative, you should know which one is good and which is bad, even though they come from a good intention. Because when people give advice, they don't give advice. Some of them don't give the advice because they don't like you, but they are giving the advice based on their personal experience. So those ones that have had a very bad negative experience, they will definitely give the advice that affects them. Before you see, they transfer their negative emotions or energy into your family. So my advice is, your partner should be your number one fan. Your partner should be your number one supporter. The two of you should work together, solve problems together, and bring about solutions together. And less involvement of third party, because third party is a key destroyer of relationship. Another difficulty faced by newly wedded couple is habits. This is very common. There are some things that you're already used to doing before you got married to your partner. So now that you are married, maybe those things that you used to do, those habits that you are used to, your partner is not comfortable with it. So in marriage, there's always room for compromise. Because your partner is not comfortable with it, there might be need for adjustment. I can remember during those times when I was chilling with my married friends, I can just see the wife calling. Maybe once it's like 9 o'clock p.m., the wife will start calling, "Baby, where are you? Baby, where are you?" Maybe during that time, the phone just gets started. But because of the so much call, they will have no reason than to go. At some point, some of them stopped hanging out with us. Before they got married, there was no issue at all. After they got married, they needed to adjust. If not, it will start creating problem in their relationship. Let me give you another example. Like when my wife see me drink, maybe even if it's red wine, she feel very uncomfortable, thinking that by the time I drink, I might get addicted. So she will like, I don't want to drink because when you drink, you might just get addicted to it. Then I will tell her, I said, how can I get addicted? Not that I'm even drinking every day. It's just once in a while or socially. So why should I get addicted? If because of that constant conversation I've been having with her, somehow it affected my drinking. I don't drink a lot again. You can see how marriage can affect your habits. They say marriage is all about compromise and patience, because if you are not ready to compromise, then you are not ready for marriage. Then the last point is multicultural differences. Let's say you intermarried. You are from Nigeria and you get married to someone from Kenya. Definitely, there are many factors that is different in terms of family upbringing. So there are a lot of adjustments that will be needed to make the relationship work. And if it is not properly handled, then the two of you might start having problem. Let's give for instance, like in my country, Nigeria, when you see your elders, somehow you need to tilt your nails and say mingle from Delta State Robo. But in Kenya, you just greet your mom or your dad with your local dialect without without the need to kneel down, or just say good afternoon or good evening. But from where I come from, if you greet an elder like your parents, good afternoon, good evening, they see it as disrespect. Another example is the food. Like in Nigeria, we are used to deep frying our food. Everything we have to fry it in oil, hot oil. That's how we used to do it, and we eat a lot of pepper. But in Kenya and some East African countries, they don't use a lot of oil to fry their food or pepper. They just cook it. So you can see the cultural differences. And if the two of you are not mature, this thing can lead to big problem in the relationship. But with maturity and flexibility, you should be able to handle that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, to share, and to like.